Half a day. Good morning, Faisho, and welcome to your chamber. To all of you out in the public and gallery and in the lobby, and those viewing on cable and other social media platforms. I now call this first day, fourth regular session to order. Please let us all rise for a moment of silent prayer. Thank you, everyone. I now recognize the clerk to please call the roll.
Representative Fata. Representative Aldon. Representative Fatal.
Present.
Representative Benavente.
Yeah.
Representative Angelo Camacho.
Present.
Representative Diego Camacho.
Present.
Representative Joel Camacho.
Yeah.
Representative Vicente Camacho. Representative Castro.
Estiga.
Representative Joseph Flores.
Present.
Representative Marissa Flores.
Present.
Representative Maglonia.
Present.
Representative Vogel.
Present.
Representative Omar.
Present.
Representative Probst.
Present.
Representative Sablan.
Estiga.
Representative St. Nicholas.
Present.
Mr. Speaker.
Present.
Representative Yangtamay.
Ngangiye.
Representative Yumo.
Present.
Mr. Speaker, 19 members are present and 1 member is absent.
Thank you, clerk. With 19 members present, we can move forward as it is constitutes a quorum. Please let the record reflect that Representative Vicente C. Camacho is hereby excused. And before we move to public comments, I would like to recognize the floor leader for the suspension of rules. Floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to suspend Rule 3, Section 6, so that the House amends its agenda to include unnumbered bills and resolutions not filed with the House Clerk's office 72 hours in advance when the notice for session was given and posted. So moved.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made by the floor leader for the suspension of Rule 3, Section 6, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Vada.
Yes.
Representative Aldon. Representative Fatal.
Yes.
Representative Benavente.
Yep.
Representative Angelo Camacho.
Yes.
Representative Diego Camacho. Representative Joel Camacho.
Ungan.
Representative Castro.
Ungan.
Representative Joseph Flores. Representative Marissa Flores.
Yes.
Representative Maglonia.
Yes.
Representative Vogel.
Yes.
Representative Omar.
Ungan.
Representative Probst.
Yes.
Representative Sablan.
Ungan.
Representative St. Nicholas. Representative Yangtamay.
Aware.
Representative Yumo. Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, all 19 members present voted yes.
Thank you, clerk. With all 19 voting in favor, the motion carries. Thank you. We now move down to public comments, and the floor is open for public comments. Please state your name, the entity you represent. Please try to keep your comments based on what's on today's agenda, and you'll be given 5 minutes. Podium is open.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and honorable members of this chamber, the 23rd Legislature, for your consideration and suspending the rules. We're here to introduce and extend our appreciation on behalf of Mr. Bruce Camacho, and we're having a back-to-back session with the Senate as well, and confirming Ms. Remy C. Mofnas for the Department of Commerce. At any rate, good morning, Halfadates and Tiro. Speaker Enmunes Villagomez, Vice Speaker Joel C. Camacho, Floor Leader Edwin K. Props, and honorable members of the 23rd Northern Marianas Commonwealth Legislature. For record purposes, my name is Jean-Paul B. Regis, Special Projects Coordinator for the under the Office of the Governor. The Special Assistant for Administration, Mr. Oscar M. Babata, had assigned myself to extend the administration's brief remarks. And on behalf of the Honorable Governor Arno I. Palacios and the Honorable Lieutenant Governor David M. Apatang, I greatly appreciate the opportunity to appear before you today. I am here once again, Mr. Speaker, to extend the administration's appreciation and express our gratitude to you and to your members on the Public Utilities, Transportation, Communications Committee, and to the committee members of the Judiciary, Governmental Operations, initiated and guided by your chairman and chairwoman, Representative Vincent S. Odon and Representative Marissa R. Flores. Mr. Speaker, this morning you'll be entertaining Joint Standing Committee Report 23-2, the appointment of Mr. Bruce M. Camacho to serve as a member of the Public Utilities Commission, representing the 3rd Senatorial District of Saipan. And as always, the administration seeks for your favorable consideration. Your untiring effort in examining and entertaining our nominee is just a step forward as the administration completes the vacancies for all board members and commissioners. Mr. Speaker, and to you, honorable members of the 23rd Northern Marianas Commonwealth Legislature, Governor Arnold I. Palacios and Lieutenant Governor David M. Apateng once more extends their sincere appreciation for your understanding and prompt approval on behalf of our nominee here today. Sizus Mosi. Thank you, Sizus Mosi and Giliso.
Thank you, Mr. Regis. The podium is still open.
Good morning. My name is Kate Fuller, and I thank you for this opportunity to comment. Mr. Speaker, Vice Speaker, Floor Leader, everyone else. Some of you know me and some of you don't. I spent so much time putting together this letter for the Speaker that I don't have any really prepared remarks. And the letter is so long that I'm not going to try to read it to you. I think it speaks for itself for the most part. But what I want to say is I'm here on behalf of Annex regarding House Local Bill 23-59, which would amend the zoning law. And Annex is of the opinion that that bill, which only has one part to it, is really designed to alter the course of the litigation between Annex and Atkins Kroll. That's currently pending in the Supreme Court. And, you know, I know that I'm not from here. That's clear to me. But I moved to Palau in 1996. I've been in the islands a long time. And I know you don't like outsiders coming in and telling you what to do. And I really do understand that. I don't really like anyone telling me what to do. So I understand. But I want to say that I don't believe that Atkins Kroll, which is a subsidiary of Inchcape, which is a British multinational corporation, on the FTSE 250, which means it's one of the 250 largest companies traded in the UK, publicly traded in the UK, needs your assistance with this. I think they should comply with the zoning law like everyone else. Their revenues were almost $15 billion in 2023. You know, I think they've got it covered. They've got every advantage here. So I'm representing the people who live over at Annex, the Annex Homeowners Association. And those people are not strangers to you, right? Those people are your doctors, right? A lot of doctors live over there, emergency room doctors who work over at CHC. You've got people who work for Micronesian Legal Services who live over there. You've got several of the PAs who work in the clinics in Cagman who live over there. You've got a number of prominent local people who live over there. And I know that some people just think that Annex is, perhaps an elite group of complainers. But, this is a very, very large automotive facility with a paint booth and a auto body shop. And the noise levels are potentially very loud. If you drove around Annex, you would see how close it is that this facility is to Annex. AK's facility is really close. And so all we're asking really, I've suggested a different revision if the SNILE doesn't believe that the law is sufficiently clear with respect to the definition of automobile sales and service. I think that I've proposed another definition that's more in keeping with the zoning law. And basically, I ask that this bill be referred to your standing committee on zoning, the SNILD Standing Committee on Zoning, and that you ask zoning for their comments at a minimum. Thank you. And if anybody ever has any kinds of questions for me or anything, please feel free to ask. I think I've covered it. I think I've covered it. So, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fullerton. And yes, I did receive your letter, and I will be distributing that to the SNILE members when the bill gets to the delegation. Thank you. The podium is still open for any more public comments. Okay, with nothing further, as discussed before the session, we now will go down to item number, excuse me, item number 13, reports of special and conference committees, and I recognize the clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Under item 13, reports of special and conference committee, we have one item, joint standing committee report 23-2, ready for House action.
Thank you, clerk. I now recognize the floor leader for the proper motion. Floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I now move for the adoption of special committee report, Joint Standing Committee Report number 23-2, reporting on the appointment of Mr. Bruce M. Camacho to serve as member on the Public Utilities Commission representing the 3rd Senatorial District. Your House Committee on Public Utilities, Transportation, and Communications, and on Judiciary and Governmental Operations recommends the confirmation of Mr. Camacho's appointment. So moved.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made for the adoption of special committee report number 23-2, reporting on the appointment of Mr. Bruce M. Camacho to serve as a member of the PUC from the 3rd Senatorial District, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? Okay, with no further discussions, I recognize the clerk to please call the roll.
Representative Vanda?
Yes.
Representative Aldon?
Yes.
Representative Atal?
Yes.
Representative Benavente?
I'm good.
Representative Angelo Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Diego Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Joel Camacho?
Present.
Representative Castro?
Yes.
Representative Joseph Flores?
Yes.
Representative Marissa Flores?
Yes.
Representative Mangrotnia?
Yes.
Representative Vogel?
Yes.
Representative Omar?
Hungan.
Representative Probst?
Yes.
Representative Sablan?
Hungan.
Representative Nicolas?
Yes.
Representative Yangtamay?
Aware.
Representative Yumo?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, 18 members voted yes, 1 member is present, and 1 member is absent.
Thank you, clerk. And with 18 members voting yes, special committee report 23-2 is hereby adopted, which confirms on the House end Mr. Bruce M. Camacho. With that, can I call for a short recess just for a commemorative photo? Short recess. All right, we rise back to session. And as discussed, we before we went on recess, we adopted the special committee report, joint special committee report, confirming on the House side, Mr. Bruce Camacho to the PUC. We now move back to the order of business. We just finished with public comments, and we now move to the adoption of journals, item number 3, and I recognize the clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Under item 3, adoption of journals, we have one item, first day, third special session journal dated June 25th, 2024.
Thank you, clerk. And with that, I recognize the floor leader for the motion to adopt.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I now move for the adoption of first day, third special session journal dated June 25, 2024. So moved.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made for the adoption of the third special session journal dated June 25th, 2024, and has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? Okay. All in favor to adopt the journal, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Thank you, colleagues. We now move down to item number 4, introduction of bills. And first on the line, I recognize Representative Marissa Flores.
Thank you, Speaker. At this time, I'd like to formally introduce House Bill number 23-114 to repeal the Justice Center Fund revolving account, introduced by myself and several others. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Marissa Flores. House Bill 23-114 will be referred to the Committee on Ways and Means. I now recognize Representative Ralph Yumo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Now introducing House Bill number 23-115 to make appropriations for the operation and activities of the government of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, its agencies, instrumentalities, and independent programs, and to provide authority for the government corporations for fiscal year 2025 and for other purposes. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Ralph Yumo. And with that, I'd like to recognize the floor leader.
Thank you.
For the motion to suspend the pertinent rules and to place this bill on calendar.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I now move to suspend Rule 9, Section 8 on referral of bills and resolutions to place this House Bill number 23-115 on today's bill calendar. So moved.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made to suspend Rule 9, Section 8, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? All right. All in favor? All in favor all in favor for the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. House Bill 23-115 will now be placed on today's calendar for action. I now recognize Representative John Paul Sablan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Officially introducing House Bill 23-116, a bill for an act to earmark $200,000 of electronic gaming license fees towards the Department of Finance for enforcement purposes. So offered. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Representative John Paul Sablan. House Bill 23-116 will be referred to the Committee on Ways and Means. And as we suspended the rules earlier to amend the agenda, are there any other unnumbered bills? Recognize Representative Ralph Yumo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Now introducing an unnumbered House Local Bill.
Sorry to interrupt there, Representative Yumo. We're still under House bills. Any
Withdraw.
any House bills? Okay, if nothing further, we now move down to item B under introduction, which is House Local Bills. And I recognize Representative John Paul Sablan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Officially introducing House Local Bill number 23-59 to amend the stipend zoning law as amended to add a definition for automobile sales and services and for other purposes. So offered. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative John Paul Sablan. Any other unnumbered House Local Bills? Recognize Representative Ralph Yumo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, again. Now introducing an unnumbered House Local Bill, a bill for an act to impose an additional 3% on the yearly gross revenue for construction activities in excess of $250,000, offered by myself, and I open it up to every member of the House. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Ralph Yumo. Any other House local bills? Unnumbered House local bills. Okay, with nothing further, we have nothing under House legislative initiatives. We now move down to item number 5, introduction of resolution, and I recognize Representative Roy at that.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to introduce House Resolution 23-22, a resolution to honor the legacy of Bishop Ryan P. Jimenez for his outstanding religious contribution to the CNMI, and to congratulate him on his appointment to serve as the Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Agana in Agana, Guam. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Representative Roy Adda. And if there's no objection with you, sir, if we could introduce this as a committee of the whole.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I forgot to ask that. I would like to offer this as a committee as a whole.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Representative Roy Adda. And with no objection, House Resolution number 23-22 is hereby introduced by the committee of the whole. Our next resolution, I'd like to recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Formally introducing House Resolution number 2323, supporting the passage of HoR 8786 in the United States Congress, as well as urging the Department of Transportation and the Federal Aviation Administration to grant transportation and cabotage exemptions for the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands and Guam to enhance economic development and connectivity within the Pacific region. This is introduced by myself and a few others. And if there is no objections, I'd like to ask if we could place this for the committee of the whole.
All right, thank you, floor leader. And with no objection, House Resolution 23-23 is hereby introduced as a whole of the committee. Will be placed on today's calendar, but due to the Open Government Act, we will have to act on it on the next session. Any other unnumbered resolutions? Ready? Okay, we have none under House Joint Resolutions. Now under House Commemorative Resolutions, I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Formally introducing Resolution number 2310 to congratulate and commend Kalayan Incorporated on the occasion of its 25th anniversary as one of the top food manufacturing companies in the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, introduced by myself and several others. And if no objections, I'd like to ask if this could be also from the committee of the whole.
Thank you, floor leader. And with no objections, commemorative resolution 23-10 is hereby introduced by the committee of the whole and will be placed on today's calendar for action. Next, I recognize Representative Julie Ogle.
Thank you, Speaker. Commemorative House Bill Resolution number 23-11 to honor and commend Honorable Herman M. Atalik, retired Sergeant Major and Chairman of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands State Board of Education. Speaker, if I may, ask this committee to introduce this as a whole. Thank you.
No objection. Thank you, authors, for being very nice. And with that, commemorative resolution 23-11 is hereby introduced as a whole of the committee and will be placed on resolution calendar for action. Any further under resolutions? Ready? Okay, nothing under House concurrent resolutions. We now move down to item number 6, and I recognize the clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Under item number 6, messages from the governor, we have Governor's Communication 23-109 through 23-117.
Thank you, clerk. Any discussions under messages from the governor? Ready? Oh, I recognize Representative Julie Ogle.
I just want to thank the governor for signing off on House Local Bill 23-50 and also House Bill 23-41. We appreciate your swift and signature of this bills. Thank you, local bills. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Julie. Any further under recognize Representative Atta?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just on behalf of the author and the members of the Health and Welfare Committee, we'd like to thank the administration for signing House Bill 23-87, House Substitute 1, which would allow the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation to begin its nonprofit organization so they can get additional funds from the outside. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Representative Atta, and thank you, the Health and Welfare Committee. Any further under item number 6? Ready? Okay, we're ready. We now move down to item number 7, and I recognize the clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Under item 7, Senate Communications, we have Senate Communications 23-90, Senate Communication 23-97, Senate Communication 23-103 to 107.
Thank you, clerk. And with that, I recognize the floor leader for the motion to accept.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move that the House accept Senate Communication 2390 so that it becomes the property of the House. So moved.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made to accept Senate Communications, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? All right. All in favor for the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Senate Communications are hereby accepted. And with that, Senate Communication 23-90 will be placed on calendar for action today. Senate Communication 23-97 will also be placed on calendar for action today. And these are 23-90 is referring to House Bill 23-72, SD2 as amended by the Senate, and Senate Communication 23-97 refers to House Bill number 23-48, Senate Substitute 1 as amended by the Senate. Also, Senate Communications 23-105, transmitting for House action, Senate Bill number 23-40 will be referred to the Committee on Commerce and Tourism. Any further discussions under Senate Communications? Ready? All right. Thank you, colleagues. We now move down to item number 8, House Communications. Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Under item 8, House Communications, we have House Communications 23-133 through 139.
Thank you, clerk. Any discussions under House Communications? Ready? All right. Thank you, colleagues. We now move down to item number 9, Communications from the Judicial Branch. We have none. Item number 10, Communications from Department and Agencies. Clerk.
Thank you again, Mr. Speaker. Under item 10, Communications from Departments and Agencies, we have 2 items, Department and Agency Communication 23-21 and 23-22.
Thank you, clerk. And with that, any discussions? Ready? Okay. Under Department and Agency Communications 23-21, referring to the bid for the land lease, the Mariana Elan Corporation, regarding the Mariana Resort and Spa property. That communication will be referred to the Committee on Natural Resources for their deliberation on the proposal. And with nothing further, we now move down to item number 11, Miscellaneous Communications, and I recognize the clerk.
Thank you again, Mr. Speaker. Under item 11, Miscellaneous Communications, we have Miscellaneous Communications 2386 and 2387.
Thank you, clerk. Any discussions under Miscellaneous Communications? Ready? Okay, thank you, colleagues. We now move down to item number 12, Reports of Standing Committees, and I recognize the clerk.
Thank you again, Mr. Speaker. Under item 12, Reports of Standing Committees, we have 2 items ready for House action, Standing Committee Report 2382 and 2383.
Thank you, clerk. And with that, I recognize the floor leader for the motion to adopt. Floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move for the adoption of Standing Committee Report number 2382, reporting on House Bill number 23109, entitled "To Authorize the Indigenous Affairs Office to Promulgate Fees and for Other Purposes." Your House Committee on Judiciary and Governmental Operations recommends that the House pass the bill in the form of House Bill number 23109, House Draft 1. So moved.
Thank you, Floor Leader. A motion has been made for the adoption of Standing Committee Report 23-82, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? I recognize Representative Manny Castro.
Thank you, members, for your support on this House bill. Given the situation with our limited budget shortfall, this bill will help Indigenous affairs provide programs and services and enhance programs and services to benefit the public. I've spoken to the special assistant and been reassured that such fees will be reasonable. But in support and for the benefit of the public. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Manny Castro. Any further discussions under? Ready? Okay. All in favor for the motion to adopt Standing Committee Report 23-82, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. Motion carries. Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move for the adoption of Standing Committee Report number 2383, reporting on House Bill number 23110, entitled "To Authorize the Carolinian Affairs Office to Promulgate Fees and for Other Purposes." Your House Committee on Judiciary and Governmental Operations recommends that the House pass the bill in the form of House Bill number 23110, House Draft 1. So moved.
Thank you, Floor Leader. A motion has been made for the adoption of Standing Committee Report 23-83, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? All right. All in favor to adopt the Standing Committee Report, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Thank you, colleagues. And with that, that takes care of that part of the agenda. We already took care of item number 13 earlier. We now move down to item number 14, unfinished business, and we have none. We now move down to item number 15, and I recognize the Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I now move for the adoption of House Committee Report number 23-3, a House concurrent resolution to approve revenues and resources of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands as identified pursuant to Article 3, Section 9A of the Constitution, as amended, and 1 CMC Division 7 for fiscal year 2025, beginning October 1, 2024, and ending on September 30, 2025. So moved.
Thank you, Floor Leader. Motion has been made by the Floor Leader, and just to respectfully correct the House Commemorative Resolution number 23-3 for its adoption, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? House Concurrent, sorry. Correct me. Thank you, Representative Attal. House Concurrent Resolution number 23-3 has been seconded. Any discussions? Recognize Representative Ralph Yu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'll now offer a motion to substitute House Concurrent Resolution number 23-003. On page 2, line 4 through 15, we added 2 additional whereases as follows. Whereas the legislature finds that pursuant to civil case number 16004, which involved DPL, a settlement was made to allow DPL to receive another source of funds, and the settlement resulted in $1 million to DPL for antitrust actions. And whereas the legislature finds that the DPL had submitted its fiscal year 2025 operation expense in the amount of $5.66 million 75. This operational budget will not change. Therefore, the amount of $1 million shall be transferred to MPLT in Section 201 of the Appropriation Act. Accordingly, the grand total amount, which combines the total local revenue and resources available for appropriation for the CNMI government activities in fiscal year 2025 in the amount of $111,474,011. In addition to DPL's budget in the amount of $5,566,075 will remain unchanged at $117,040,086. And in addition Number two, in addition to page 3, line 22, and page 4, lines 1 and 2, we've added the following respect to DPO. Letter B, Department of Public Lands, $6.566 million and $75. We're subsection 1 to MPOT less $1 million. DPO grand total $5.66 million and $75, leaving the grand total unchanged at $117 million, $40,086. So move.
Thank you, Representative Yumo. Representative Yumo has introduced an amendment or a substitute to House Concurrent Resolution 23-3, and it has been seconded. Before we move forward, I'd like to call for a recess. I think some members did not get a copy of the substitute, so recess. Back to recess, to session. Before we went on recess, we were under the resolution calendar discussing House Concurrent Resolution number 23-3, and a floor amendment in the form of a substitute was offered by Representative Ralph Yumo, and it has been seconded. I know we took a recess so everybody could get a copy, and I think everybody else got a copy. Everybody got a copy? Okay. So with that, and it has been seconded, the floor is open for discussions. Ready? All right. All in favor to adopt the substitute as offered by Representative Ralph Yumo, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries. We now move back to the main motion. I'm sorry. It's now House Concurrent Resolution number 23-3, House Substitute 1. Any further discussions? Ready? Okay. Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Fata?
Yes.
Representative Faudon? Representative Vato?
Yes.
Representative Benavente?
Hungan.
Representative Angelo Komatsu?
Yes.
Representative Diego Komatsu?
Yes.
Representative Joel Komatsu?
Hungan.
Representative Castro?
Hungan.
Representative Joseph Flores?
Yes.
Representative Marissa Flores?
Yes.
Representative Magnolia?
Yes.
Representative Vogel?
Yes.
Representative Omar?
Hungan.
Representative Probst?
Yes.
Representative Sablan?
Hungan.
Representative Nicholas?
Yes.
Representative Yanktamay?
Our.
Representative Yumo? Mr. Speaker?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, all 19 members present voted yes.
Thank you, Clerk. With all 19 members present voting yes, House Concurrent Resolution 23-3, House Substitute 1 is hereby adopted. Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I now move to adopt House Resolution number 2322, a House resolution to honor the legacy of Bishop Ryan P. Jimenez for his outstanding religious contributions to the CNMI and to congratulate him on his appointment to serve as the Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Agana in Agana, Guam. So moved.
Thank you, Floor Leader. A motion has been made for the adoption of House Resolution 23-22, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? All right. All in favor to adopt the House Resolution, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. House Resolution 23-22 is hereby adopted. Thank you, colleagues. Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to adopt commemorative resolution number 2310, a House commemorative resolution to congratulate and commend Kalayan Incorporated on the occasion of its 25th anniversary as one of the top food manufacturing companies in the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. So moved.
Thank you, Floor Leader. A motion has been made for the adoption of commemorative resolution 23-10, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? All right. All in favor to adopt, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Commemorative resolution 23-10 is hereby adopted. Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to adopt commemorative resolution number 2311 to honor and commend Honorable Herman M. Atelig, Sergeant Major, retired chairman of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands State Board of Education. If no objections, places. I'm sorry, I'll let the count. So moved.
Thank you, Floor Leader. Motion has been made for the adoption of commemorative resolution 23-11 honoring Sergeant Major Herman Atelig, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? All in favor to adopt the resolution, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Commemorative resolution 23-11 is hereby adopted. Thank you, colleagues. Nothing further under resolution calendar. We now move to bill calendar, and I recognize the Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Before offering the motion for passage on first and final reading, I move to suspend Rule 7, Section 9, Committee Reports and Other Documents, and Rule 9, Section 9 and 10. So moved.
Thank you, Floor Leader. A motion has been made to suspend Rule 7, Section 9, and Rule 9, Sections 9 and 10, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? All in favor for the motion, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries. Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I now move for passage on first and final reading, House Bill 23-115, a bill for an act to make appropriations for the operations and activities of the government of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands its agencies, instrumentalities, and independent programs, and to provide budget authority for government corporations for fiscal year 2025 and for other purposes. So moved.
Thank you, Floor Leader. A motion has been made by the Floor Leader for the passage of House Bill 23-115, and it has been seconded. Okay. Okay. Any discussions? Okay. Recognize Representative John Paul Sablan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. At this time, I'll like to offer an amendment. And first off is page 22, line 14, section 602, hiring restrictions. After the word section,
Rep. John Paul, I apologize. At the request of the Ways and Means Chairman, I think there's another amendment being worked on. Can we
Yep.
take a recess?
I think that amendment is for the attachment A, but I can forego with this provision amendments, and he
Okay.
can offer the
Okay.
attachment A after me,
Okay.
Mr.
Okay. Proceed.
Speaker.
Proceed.
So again, floor amendment under page 22, line 14, section 602, hiring restrictions. After the word section, delete the word and section 706B. Second, to amend section 607 to read as follows, page 24, lines 12 to 17. Section 607, sale number 1 and sale number 2 of the MARPI landfill closure financial assurance mechanism. And to go as follows, in the event of any funding shortfalls caused by this appropriation act, the Sinamay government shall commit its full faith and credit, and add the word when necessary, to effectuate the closure of sale 1 and sale 2 of the MARPI landfill. Amendment 3, to add a new provision on section 707 and to renumber all subsections, subsequent subsections accordingly. Page 32, line 9. Item C, notwithstanding 1 CMC subsection 3405 and any other laws to the contrary, the amount of $641,011 shall be remitted to the Second Senatorial District for the current funds available in the Justice Center Fund. The remaining funds shall be remitted to the Department of Public Safety. The legislature received certification from the Secretary of Finance confirming that all expenses and debts related to the judicial building loan have been completed, settled as of September 30, 2022. Consistent with the intent of the foregoing amendments, I hereby also move to allow legal counsel, together with the House Clerk, to make further non-substantive technical amendments that are strictly necessary to effectuate the intent of this floor amendment prior to transmittal. So move.
Thank you, Representative John Paul Sablan. A floor amendment has been offered by Representative John Paul Sablan, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? Okay, all in favor for the floor amendment offered by Representative John Paul Sablan, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries. We now move back to the main motion for the passage of House Bill number 23-115, House Draft 1. And with that, I'd like to call a short recess. We'll rise back to session. Again, before we went on recess, we adopted a floor amendment by Representative John Paul Sablan, and we are now back to the main motion, the passage of House Bill number 23-115, House Draft 1. And I now recognize Representative Ralph Yumo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And with that, I also would offer to submit or substitute Schedule A, which we provided to each member and discussed earlier, and so move.
Thank you, Representative Yumo. A floor amendment in the form of a substitute to Schedule A, the attachment to the budget bill, has been offered by Representative Ralph Yumo, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? Okay. All in favor to adopt the floor amendment, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries. We now move back to the main motion, the passage of House Bill number 23-115, House Draft 1, House Substitute 1. I recognize Representative Ralph Yumo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, again. And before we vote on the bill, I just want to put on the record that the Ways and Means has made numerous calls to CPA with regards to their non-submit of their budget. So let the record reflect that we did call CPA multiple times, and they have not submitted their budget for this fiscal year, next fiscal year. So we're, just want to put that out on record. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Yumo. Any other discussions? Ready? All right. Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Fata?
Yes.
Representative Faldon? Representative Vato?
Yes.
Representative Benavente?
Good.
Representative Angelo Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Diego Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Joel Camacho?
Hungan.
Representative Castro?
Hungan.
Representative Joseph Flores?
Yes.
Representative Marissa Flores?
Yes.
Representative Manglotnya?
Yes.
Representative Vogel?
Yes.
Representative Omar?
Hungan.
Representative Probst?
Yes.
Representative Sablan?
Gun.
Representative Nicholas?
Yes.
Representative Yangtamay?
Yes.
Representative Yumo? Mr. Speaker?
What?
Mr. Speaker, all 19 members present voted yes.
Thank you, Clerk. With all 19 members present voting yes, House Bill 23-115, House Draft 1, House Substitute 1 hereby passes the House. Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I now move for passage House Bill number 23-109, House Draft 1, a bill for an act to authorize the Indigenous Affairs Office to promulgate fees and for other purposes. So moved.
Thank you, Floor Leader. A motion has been made for the passage of House Bill 23-109 HD1, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? Okay, Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Vata? Yes. Representative Faldon? Representative Vato?
Yes.
Representative Benavente?
Gun.
Representative Angelo Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Diego Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Joel Camacho?
Hungan.
Representative Castro?
Yes.
Representative Joseph Flores?
Yes.
Representative Marissa Flores?
Yes.
Representative Manglotnya?
Yes.
Representative Vogel?
Yes.
Representative Omar?
Hungan.
Representative Probst?
Yes.
Representative Sablan?
Gun.
Representative Nicholas?
Yes.
Representative Yangtamay?
Aware.
Representative Yumo?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, all 19 members present voted yes.
Thank you, Clerk. With all 19 members present voting yes, House Bill number 23-109 HD1 hereby passes the House. Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I'll move for the passage. I now move for the passage of House Bill number 23-110, a bill for an act to authorize the Carolina Affairs Office to promulgate fees and for other purposes. So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Floor Leader. A motion has been made by the Floor Leader for the passage of House Bill 23-110 HD1. Has been seconded. Any discussions? Representative Manny Castro.
Thank you, Speaker and members. Thank you again for your support on this bill. This bill is about allowing the Carolinian Affairs Office to grow its programs and services to the community. So again, at the request of CAO, this bill is before you. So I ask for your support. Thank you again.
Thank you, Representative Castro. Any further discussions?
Ready.
Ready? All right, Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Vada? Yes. Representative Valdon? Yes. Representative Vato?
Yes.
Representative Benavente?
Good.
Representative Angelo Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Diego Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Joel Camacho?
Good.
Representative Castro?
Yes.
Representative Joseph Flores?
Yes.
Representative Marissa Flores?
Yes.
Representative Gloria?
Yes.
Representative Vogel?
Yes.
Representative Omar?
Hungan.
Representative Probst?
Yes.
Representative Sablan?
Good.
Representative Siniglas?
Yes.
Representative Yanktamay? Representative Yumo?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, all 19 members present voted yes.
Sorry about that. Thank you, Clerk. With all 19 members present voting yes, House Bill number 23-110 HD1 hereby passes the House. Just a quick recess, colleagues, quick recess. Apologize about that. Before we went to recess, we passed House Bill number 23-110 HD1. And with that, we move forward, and I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I now move to pass House Bill number 2372, Senate Draft 2, to establish a Department of Labor revolving fund and authorize the collection of fees through the Administrative Hearing Office for services to other agencies. So moved.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made for the passage of House Bill 23-72, Senate Draft 2, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? Okay, clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Vada? Yes. Representative Valdon? Yes. Representative Vato?
Yes.
Representative Benavente?
Good.
Representative Angelo Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Diego Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Joel Camacho?
Good.
Representative Castro?
Good.
Representative Joseph Flores? Representative Marissa Flores?
Yes.
Representative Gloria?
Yes.
Representative Vogel?
Yes.
Representative Omar?
Hungan.
Representative Probst?
Yes.
Representative Sablan?
Good.
Representative Siniglas?
Yes.
Representative Yanktamay?
Aware.
Representative Yumo?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, all 19 members present voted yes.
Thank you, clerk. With all 19 members present voting yes, House Bill 23-72 SD2 hereby passes the House. Floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I now move for passage of House Bill number 2348, SS1, to amend Title IV, Division 9 of the Commonwealth Code to place the apprenticeship program within the Department of Labor and to repeal 3 CMC 1351 through 1358 in their entirety and for other purposes. So moved.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made for the passage of House Bill 23-48, Senate Substitute 1, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? Okay, clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Vada? Representative Valdon? Representative Vato?
Yes.
Representative Benavente?
Good.
Representative Angelo Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Diego Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Joel Camacho?
Good.
Representative Castro?
Good.
Representative Joseph Flores?
Yes.
Representative Marissa Flores?
Yes.
Representative Gloria?
Yes.
Representative Vogel?
Yes.
Representative Omar?
Hungan.
Representative Probst?
Yes.
Representative Sablan?
Good.
Representative Siniglas?
Yes.
Representative Yanktamay?
Aware.
Representative Yumo?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker,
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, all 19 members present voted yes.
Thank you, Clerk. With all 19 members present voting yes, House Bill 23-48, Senate Substitute 1 hereby passes the House. Thank you, colleagues, and that takes care of bill calendar. We now move down to item number 17, miscellaneous business, and the floor is open. Recognize Representative Yanktamai.
Thank you, colleagues from both houses, for passing this very important House bill. Now we're gonna wait for our on apprenticeship. Now we're gonna wait for the governor to sign it. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Yanktamai. Vice Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd just like to take this opportunity to formally congratulate you. I know you're expected to ascend to the presidency for the APIO. And to all those members that are traveling to support our speaker in his ascension, I wish you safe travels and congratulations, Speaker.
Thank you, Vice Speaker. And I think my ascension starts as soon as I get there because I think I have to preside already. But floor is still open under miscellaneous. Ready? Ready. All right. We move down to item number 18, announcements. Any announcements? Recognize Representative Angelo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just a reminder to the general public out there, we will be conducting a public hearing with regards to the proposed amendments on the Manigaha Island. We will start 5:30 p.m. today. So members of Natural Resources Committee, I'll see you at 5:30. Dinner will be provided. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Chairman Angelo Camacho. Recognize Representative Marissa.
Chairman Camacho, will all other chairmen from other committees be invited to attend as well?
Everybody's welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Marissa Flores. Representative Yanktamai.
Question from some of the Carolinian community members. Will there be a Carolinian interpreter tonight? Certified.
Reb Yanktamai, you've been in the education system. You're certified already.
Has to be certified by PSS.
Are we gonna need? Yeah. All right. Any more under announcements? Ready? All right. And with that, I recognize the floor leader for adjournment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Subject to the call of the speaker, I now move for adjournment. Thank you.
Thank you. A motion has been made for adjournment. Has been seconded. Any discussions? All in favor to adjourn, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, stay. The ayes have it. Session's adjourned. Thank you, everyone.